How porn destroys relationships. By the end of this video, if you're stuck in a porn addiction or on the edge, pun intended, with watching a lot of pornography, you'll be able to understand why this is so dangerous for your relationship with yourself and with long term relationships with significant others, with family, friends, you name it. So, reason number one is that it creates a false sense of connection with the people you're watching online. It gives the impression that you're connecting with another person. In, let's be frank, one of the strongest ways you can connect with another person is through sex. So, it can give the impression that, you guys are making eye contact and that, they're there for you, especially if you're watching maybe OnlyFans and stuff like that. Because on that, they record the videos to make it seem like they're talking to you personally. So you get all this dopamine, you get this oxytocin. So this leads it to number two, which is going to be the release of dopamine, oxytocin, and neurochemicals. How this plays into number one is that when you get that release, it gives you that impression, like I said, that you're connecting with another person, because those are the chemicals that get released when you're actually in connection with a person or having sex. Now, this is at a magnified level because you can, watch 1,000 different girls if you want in a day and find all these different videos and all these different people, which, let's be frank, in the natural world is very difficult to do, to have multiple relationships with people. To get that at the snap of the finger, or in this case, the click of a button, it's very dangerous to the mind and it's very dangerous to the brain. I know for me, when I was watching pornography in the past, I would get a huge rush of feel-good chemicals, like I said, oxytocin, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, the relaxing chemical. And then, of course, when you bust, that even goes even stronger. So I just remember not having any desire to actually connect with real people. And what happened too, and this goes into number three, is you start to treat people as objects. People lose their essence. They become just a means to an end for you to get some pleasure in your life. All my friends, when I was watching porn regularly, all my friends were kind of just placement friends. Basically, I was using them to pass the time. And so I could get to my next, fix per se, or, my next party or whatever it might be. And when I was doing it in high school, I remember too, before it really got intense, I remember I had a big social network. I was hanging out with people regularly. I had good friends. We would do stuff. It'd be a lot of fun. I'd be hanging out with girls and guys. We had a good social group. And then after my sophomore year, I broke up with my girlfriend and I started turning into porn a lot more. And I just remember I couldn't see it at the time, but very slowly my social circle dwindled until there were nights where Friday night, I'd just be alone in my house watching TV and then watching porn. To be honest, people didn't want to hang out with me because I lost the sense of who I was. I lost my essence. I lost that care I had when I was sober and I was, actually dating or using that energy towards creating real, genuine connections with people. This was really scary. I couldn't see at the time. Now looking back, I see this was very much the case. And so, yeah, my relationships with men and women were ruined. I remember I didn't want to go hang out with my family. I'd bust and I just wanted to be alone and feel depression and watch TV to numb out. So I was just trying to escape the emptiness I was feeling because of porn. So that's number four, is that it creates a really deep emptiness within you. It creates a sense that I'm completely alone in this world, because you watch the video and you feel like you're connecting with somebody, and you finish and you're like, oh yeah, the reality sets in, the post-nut clarity. And you realize, like, yeah, that's just a video. Like, there's no truth to this. Like, this person isn't next to me and we're not like, hanging out after. They're literally it was just a porn video. It's like, damn, man, I'm really lonely here. And so it creates a ton of loneliness, a ton of isolation, tons of solitude. And what's really interesting about porn is a very sneaky addiction. It's a very hidden addiction. A lot of people can hide it from their friends and family. Their family might have no idea that they watch porn, especially marriages, right? Like, you see this all the time. Marriages get destroyed by porn because the guy essentially is looking for an escape because maybe he's not super connected with his wife. Maybe his wife wasn't quite what she looked like when they first started dating. Obviously, like, they have kids and all that. And so he loses that attraction to her. And then that creates a cycle, because then the wife doesn't feel the connection. And maybe she starts getting more resentful and upset with the husband. And the husband feels like he's being, like, beat down or whatever. And then he turns to porn because porn's not going to beat him down. Well, pun intended. So you see this a lot. A lot of husbands get caught watching porn, and then their relationship kind of goes to shit. And they have to really work on rebuilding that relationship if it's going to work. And you see this a lot in the Christian communities. Obviously, there's like a huge movement there. So comment down below if you can resonate with this video and what I'm talking about here. Again, this is one that it's uncomfortable to talk about. However, it's one that is destroying the lives of many, many men. It really prevents them from building real relationships with people, which is what I think we all turn to porn in the beginning to fill that hole. We want that connection, and porn is a way that we think that we can get that. And then obviously, as you know, it spirals down and down and down. So I want you guys to be aware of this so you can begin working on this. And I'm going to be making tons and tons of more videos on the addictions of porn and how it affects dating, it affects relationships, and all that. It affects men's psychology and the way they view women. And in the next video, we'll talk about some solutions on how to quit porn and eradicate these issues that I talked about in this video right here. So stay tuned for that one. Porn is no joke. I watched it for many years, and I am now 5.5 years clean off it, and it's completely changed my life. As some of you guys might know, I run a dating business here in Mexico City, and because I was able to quit porn, I was able to start to develop a dating life, a very abundant dating life, and now I get to teach other guys how to do that. So I want you guys to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you're struggling with porn addiction, and if you do the work to quit, you can actually start to date real women. And I'll be honest, start to have some of those fantasies that you see in the videos or that you wish that you could have or fantasize to. That just kind of becomes a reality. And obviously, after you have sex, there's no guilt, there's no shame. You're just like, yeah, that was kind of what I was meant to do, what the universe put me on this earth to do, procreate. And then you actually get to develop a connection with another person. So it's really awesome, guys. I encourage you once again to really take a look at this if this is something that is affecting your life, and do the steps to quit, because you will be able to start to have what you really wanted and what you turned to porn for in the beginning. So if you do need help with that, guys, you can schedule a consult with me down below, hop on a call, and we can kind of discuss what you might be needing some help with in your quitting porn and how we can start turning your life around to be able to have and develop those real connections. So guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.